Hello, I'm John Paul and I'm here at RimmerBros today to an engine service on this 2008 Freelander 2. First thing we're going to do is change the oil and filter. So I'm going to get it in the air, take off the under tray, and then we'll drop the oil. First thing to do is remove the under tray. The 6 13mm spanner size bolts around the outside. I'd start at the rear and work to the front, because then you can support the front, because the rear of it is held on top of the subframe with 2 lugs, so it won't drop onto your head, which is always a bonus. With the under tray out of the way, it's now time to undo the sump plug. So 21mm socket, we've got our oil drainer underneath us. So just crack off the sump plug and undo it, and then let the oil go into the drainer or whatever item you have. There we go. Make sure you don't lose the wash off the sump plug. So once the oil's all drained out, replace the sump plug, tighten it up 25 Newton meters, and now we'll move on to the oil filter. The oil filter located on the front of the engine, just behind the air conditioning pump, and it's not a spin-on one, it's a paper element type filter, so you have to just take off the black plastic cap. It's a 27mm socket, unscrew it. I'll show you once we get it off, because it's fairly difficult to show and film at the same time. So I'll show you when we take it off, where the filter goes and where the oil seal goes that you have to change, and then yeah, we'll do that when we get it off. The oil filter is fairly tight to get out. If you're going to do it from the top, you can get in down the front here. You can undo the oil filter, but you have to just pass the oil filter down underneath the engine mount and then bring it back up the other side of the engine mount, or do it from the underneath. Make sure you put a receptacle underneath to catch the oil as it spills out when you take the filter out. And then this is the filter. That's the filter housing with the paper element filter inside it. And there's the O-ring that you need to change that comes with the new filter in the kit. The oil filter just unclips from the housing, so if you pull it out, you can see in the bottom there where the oil filter sits onto the housing there. And then if you just get a little screwdriver and then just take the O-ring off, that's the O-ring and the filter now, and then we obviously clean it up and replace it with the new parts. So we'll fit the new seal, just a case of feeding it around. Just make sure it sits in the right groove. Put that all the way around, set that nicely, and then get the new oil filter, put it onto its little mount, put a little bit of a clip, and then refit it back in. Say tight, but put it back in, tighten it up to 27 Newton meters, which is difficult, but you know, you've got to do what you've got to do. So with the oil filter torqued up, we just need to top it up with oil. It's 5.9 litres in this, so we'll top it up. Then we'll just check the level on the dipstick, make sure it's correct, and then we'll start the engine, run it for a couple of seconds, the oil light goes out to make sure the oil's gone all around the engine, let it cool down a couple of seconds, recheck it on the dipstick and top it off if necessary, and that's the oil filter change done. We're going to change the air filter now, which is underneath this box here. There's 4 T25 Torx bits around the outside, so do 4 of those, then you'll be able to lift it up, and then you'll see the panel air filter, and then we'll move on to the fuel filter. With the 4 Torx bits undone, it's a case of just lifting up the housing, removing the old filter, just clean any debris out that's in the bottom there, any leaves or bits and bobs. Get the new filter, just slide it into place, put the housing back down, and then tighten up the 4 Torx bits again. Now going to change the fuel filter, so we need to remove the top plastic engine cover. So there's an 8mm bolt that side, an 8mm bolt that side, and a little 10mm nut underneath the air filter housing. So once they're out of the way, let's take the last one out now. So out of the way, it's just a case of lifting it off its little rubber mount to the rear and then sliding it forwards. Let's get that bolt out the out of there, and once that's out of the way, we can see the fuel filter down here, which I'll show you in a second. The fuel filter is located down here on the left hand side of the engine as you're looking at it from the front of the vehicle. It's got a metal cover on the front which you need to take off, so that's 4 10mm spanner size nuts. So once they're out of the way, you can slide the metal bracket out of the way and put it to one side, and then there's 4 pipes on the top of the fuel filter. Here's the new fuel filter, and you can see where the 4 pipes go. They've all got push fit connectors, so this particular one you have to just push down the white sleeve, and that will release that pipe. And it's the same on all the other 4, you just have to push to release the pipe. So once the old one's out of the way, I'll show you how to bleed it and get it running again. So I've taken the 4 nuts off, so you just slide out the metal bracket, just put it to one side, and it's a case of just releasing all the pipes. I said just push down the white sleeve, then you can pull the pipe out. Same with the red one, push it down, pull that pipe off, and then the green one, put it down and pull that pipe off. And just get in your way a second, and then once all 4 of them are out of the way, then you get a 6mm Allen key and undo the 3 mounting brackets so you can lift the fuel filter out of the way. So with all the pipes disconnected and the bolts undone, you just lift out the old fuel filter, and then it's time to replace a new one. Now to bleed the fuel system, we've got a fuel bleeder here, which you just connect to the inlet pipe into the filter housing. You can just leave one of the return pipes off, so as you're bleeding the fuel through, you'll be able to watch it come out of the return when it fills the filter up. And there you can see it now, it's just starting to bubble out a little bit. And then once it starts bubbling, you can replace that pipe, give it a few more pumps just to pressurise the system again. And then it'll be time to start the engine. I normally leave the pump on while the engine's started and then just disconnect it and reconnect the pipe straight afterwards. So now it's just a case of replacing the 4 set screws that mount the filter, replace the bracket that goes across the front, and then put the engine cover on the top. Then that's it, we're all done.